it's very simple. You know, it's a format that's being used all over the world. Something where teams, be it Barcelona, be it Real Madrid, be it Man United, now Toronto FC, try to unearth talented players, the elite players, find a diamond in the rough, to get players acquainted to our great state-of-the-art facility, the best in Canada. To get parents acquainted to our product, what is Toronto FC all about, and how much do we care about the player, how much teaching is going on, and what can you expect when you enter into a professional environment.
If we travel, it's at our cost. You were sitting up in the dining room. We have a full-time cooking staff of 3 who works with our nutritionist to make their food, and they get a meal after every time they train.
1, 2, 3, we'll put on 4 fit. 1, 2, 3, we'll put on 2 fit.
You want me a soccer field I brought? On a pretty good, got a couple of shots, but lucky.
It's the first time that we've done it in this format and magnitude, and we have put it on our website as well. We expect close to 1,000 players to come through in this week, which is staggering and amazing. We can provide more than any other club in this area, and that's not being cocky, but that's very true. We have great coaches, we have the right facility, we have a strength and conditioning coach, we deal with nutrition, with a chef cook, with a tutor, and I think if you put all of that together with good players, it becomes an incubator. Eventually it's going to happen. We're going to produce some very, very talented players.
We saw a hell of a lot of kids, a lot of dreams. So I think it's a fantastic opportunity that we're putting on for these kids, because a lot of these kids have never been invited to tryouts for stuff before, so we're giving them a chance to live their dream and come and train at this facility. So we have a scouting network around the GTA, and it goes as far as Ottawa as well. And we have scouts that go out and watch games, or we have ties in each clubs where we can call them up and they correspond with us and say we've got a good kid here in Richmond Hill or St. Catharines, and then we'll send our scout out to watch them. And if they're of good standard, then we'll invite them in through their family. If they're young, we'll call their parents, email their parents, and ask them if they'd like to come in for a training stint with us.
What we look for in this age group can change a little from age group to age group, right? There's 4 components, very simple, guys, in football: technical, tactical, physical, and the mental part, right? And some parts become a little more important depending on what age group you're in.
I like this. This is done the way the academies do it overseas, right? Parents don't get it, are not allowed in. And we've been at the academy and maybe at some clubs as well. You know, I'm originally from East York Soccer Club, so there's parents here that we know each other as well, right? So that makes the kids, feel more comfortable inside as well, right? Knowing some of the players or coaches or whatever.
All we can do is drive them here. It's up to them to do the work when they get out there, and they have to get used to not having their parents around to do everything for them, so it's a good lesson for them.
Everything he does, I'm actually always on the sideline, like checking out what he's doing. Later on I can say, what's happening, what did he do, how do you think he did, and stuff like that. And now it's just like, I have to take his word when he comes off the pitch, that's all. It's one of the things where he can come down now and go, okay, did I do my best? And he can say, whether he makes it or not, he'll know what he has to do next time. I think that he'll actually learn from this experience doing it by himself.
I think I did well. I did what I could.
I think it was pretty good. It was hard. Some people have a lot of talent down here in Toronto, and all I hope for is that I can make the Toronto FC team.
A couple more keepers in tonight, 8 guys. So obviously we look at the potential of all of them and see what's out there. Depends on the team, obviously, with what they have and what they have going on, and then we look at talent. And maybe a guy isn't fit in our group right now, but they're somebody you want to keep track of going down the line. I would say I was pretty impressed with the youngest group, to be honest with you, what they had going on. But each group brings their own different thing. These guys are kind of in that growth phase where some of them are bigger than other, and some of them know their bodies a little bit better than others. But you know, the skill sets are all there, and we look for some guys that kind of set them apart from somebody else.
Oh, it's great, phenomenal thing that TFC has done here for the kids, because it makes the kids want to achieve that same, first team status and try harder and play harder to be able to go into these certain rooms.
She put on the website that it doesn't say male or female, so she came tonight and she's ready to go. She was playing for an academy club in Scarborough, but we just moved to North York, so she has to find an academy in North York, and that's why she wanted to play with the TFC academy.
Then I think to get players in the Greater Toronto area accustomed to what a professional club really looks like, what the Kia training ground really looks like, I think that's important as well, because we are the model, franchise, so to speak, on all levels, and particularly with the academy. That should be the new paradigm for long-term player development in Canada. So showcasing our facility, having players at a facility where our first team trains as well. Have parents get acquainted with our product is very important too, but the overriding factor still is for us to find talented players that will contribute to our various youth teams within our club.
Everyone's fighting for a place, so you can see it's pretty not hostile, but a lot of kids are fighting each other out here. Not fighting in a bad way, but fighting to get a spot on the team. And there's some heavy challenges going in and some tackles going in that you see in a match. So everyone's desperate to be part of the academy. And you can see by the numbers here that the actual turnout has been amazing. Especially we didn't think we'd have this many players, but there's so many kids that want to be on the academy. And, there's a lot of talent out there, so we're just trying to filter through everyone at the moment.
Well, we just want to be able to see if the boys can play with the ball. That's the number one aspect. If they make it down to the next step, they make it down to the team. The players right now that are currently in the academy are actually having their fitness testing done, and this is something that's going to go on throughout the preseason.
There's four components in soccer. The technical part, which is very important, but can be honed. So, we look first and foremost players that are comfortable with the ball. Then we have the tactical part. How aware are they already at a young age? Do they understand the concept of time and space? Do they understand what it's like to play in a team as well? Are they aware of the surroundings? The physical part is a hard one to measure. We don't necessarily send people away because they are undersized, because we know that growth patterns can happen at different age groups. So to us it's not that important, although we understand that eventually when you become a modern footballer, you have to have some athletic qualities that you have to bring to the plate, because the game is going faster, stronger, there's more speed involved, endurance and power. And then the mental capabilities as well. Little things, do they care about winning and losing? Are they good teammates? How do they deal with adversity, even during 2 hours here? A referee call that he goes against them. What's their body language? How respectful are they? Is there eye contact? Are they coachable? Do they take information and do something with it? So it's very complex. We take it very seriously. We have a model that we follow. It's called TIPS. TIPS stands for technique. Insight, that's the technical part. P stands for personality. We'd like players to express themselves. That means we want them to be creative, they want them to be good in the ball. And speed is the yes. As I said again, the game has become a very strong and powerful game. So a certain level of athleticism is required.
I'm seeing that the young kids coming in at the U12 age group are a little bit more technical. I think our coaches have done a lot better job at the youth level, at the grassroots level, preparing our players for the next step. So I see that our players at the younger ages are actually more technical. Obviously, there's a line that you cross there when you're kind of being a little bit too physical. But the game is a physical game. Everybody kind of sees soccer or football as a sport that is not physical, but in reality, it's very quick, it's very physical, and those are just the demands of the modern game. We're really looking to differentiate what players do with their technical skills versus what players do with their athletic skills, and in the end, how they wrap that up into a package that who are the better decision makers on the ball. And really, those are the players that actually make the next step into the academy. We've definitely seen a lot of players, and definitely seen a lot of talented players. So it was a great experience for us.
It was actually pretty decent. It was as expected, but I think I caught up to it and I did well. I'm used to it because where I play in the league, there's a lot of physical, and most people at this age are larger. But I'm used to it, and all you have to do is just play quicker and get the body feet quicker. It was a good facility. It was nice. I liked the turf. It was smooth. It's better than bumpy and stuff. So you pass it more accurate. I'm looking forward to be able to play 4 times a week. That would mean a lot and get me to be a really good player and do really well in the future.
He was nervous. It's his first time, and he was always worried about the competition, right? That's on every kid's mind when they want to try out for an academy or a very elite team. They're always worried about competition. But just go out there, do your thing, and and everything will fall into place. I think it's an opportunity. It just opens doors, keeps opening doors to the next level. So if they keep at it and they keep progressing and developing, there's opportunities for them. They could have a good future.